What is up, everybody? Welcome back to our next game for the year on the channel. We are too deep. We got Thirsty Suitors done and Contrast. And Jusant will be our next one. I was deciding on this between this and Contrast initially. Contrast won over, so obviously we're jumping into this next. Jusant, a French nautical term for a receding tide. If I remember right, this is Don't Nod, people from Tell Me Why, those sort of story games. Sort of like Ocarina Submarine. The art and stuff kind of reminds me of Ashen back on Xbox One. So yeah, but I know this is essentially like a climbing game. I have seen some stuff where it gets very weird and I'll say different for now. Crab! Crab rave. Oh god. Throwing my phone. Is this supposed to be like bottom of the ocean? What does that make a noise? Got a little goo, buddy? This looks like it's going to be a silent game for now. No dialogue, so... which I'm okay with. I need a break from reading. Okay, so we have the world's smallest jump. And that seems to be it. Yeah, I'm gonna turn sensitivity down just a bit to start. Yeah, it definitely makes it seem like it was like the bottom of an ocean at some point in time. Really deep color. This is gonna sound goofy, but it reminds me of main carabiner. When full, that means the rope is wound in. When empty, the rope is attached to a wall. Yeah, it's super similar to Astro's Playroom with the monkey. The monkey levels, that, and also Connect Sports. Connect Sports or Connect Sports Rivals, one of those had like a weird climbing thing in it where you had to alternate. Automatically secure the climb and show you the right path to take. Speedrun, 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 speedrun. Yeah, put my stuff back in. Okay, so we're doing more than just normal rock climbing. That's sketchy. I don't know if it's coming up on the audio, but I really like there's like oh my god. What I was saying earlier there, like when he got on that platform back there, it was very rickety. Right hand gauge represents your stamina. Monitor it and keep it top to brace open falling. Yeah, I just learned that. Yeah, you could hear like the wood creaking and stuff as you walked on it, like it hasn't, no one's obviously been here in a long time type thing. Ooh. Okay, so you can get your strength back a little bit by resting. Shake it out with your arm. There we go. So there's really no, like, returning where you came from. Once you get up to an area, that's it for you. What is this back here? Oh, it's a door. Yeah, these are obviously like little houses people were in. There was a path out here too, though, so which... Oh, no, that's broke. Okay, so yeah. I'm assuming we'll eventually stumble upon collectibles or something. Oh, yeah, right there. Another sleep turning over stones at the old delta. 2 belays. Harvest 2 belay stations for parts. A good catch. That should be enough to reopen the route to the old cape. Otherwise, it's all smooth sailing. A couple of old lanterns I think I can revive. Folks used to throw this stuff away. Oh, and I finally caught an old knitting machine for Enio, who's been asking for one for 8 cycles. Not in great shape, but we should be able to tinker with it. Still not sure how I'm going to haul it up to low tide, though. Note to self, stop doing business with Ram. All he does is dismantle my discoveries and sell them for parts in the Heights. He claims to be a repairman, but he's nothing but a foam salesman, that's all. So, yeah, are those, like, old notes? Or somewhat recent ones? Ooh. That's gonna get fun. Another little alcove here. Okay, so there is a little bit of backtracking, I guess. I don't know why you would want to do that, though. Oh, that just like repeats. Yuki, how are things at the sawmill? Business has been slow at the restaurant. Almost no one came to the last music night. Even though people are climbing down from all over, I know we don't play the shells anymore, but still. I was thinking of adding scaffolding to the side of the upside-down cliff might help steal passerbys this way. I miss seeing a packed patio. Can you take care of that? I checked with low tide and everyone agrees. Hey, Mo, listen, these things happen. I hope one day you'll ask me to do something besides taking boats apart to make ladders, like if I'm free for a romantic dinner or two. Anyway, I'm all good for your scaffolding since the village approves. I don't have much wood to choose from after that new path to the plant I had to build, but I still have a rack or two left over. I'll get to it when the currents allow. I owe you one, thanks. You're the best. By the way, do you ever run into old Sanja? I think she's rummaging around in your area right now if you see her around. Do you mind telling her I need a new hob for my oven? Mine's taking on water. In the meantime, set sail for the restaurant. I'm not sure how romantic it would be, but we can always share a half-cooked meal. those things? What is that? I really like how the music sort of fades in and out at times. There's not constantly something going on, but it wasn't until I started my shift to prepare for the crossing that I realized it's my last crossing to supply fumarolia. After that, folks will have to make do with what they have. What I wouldn't give for things to go back to the way they were, seeing smiles on people's faces, the little ones climbing the cliffs and diving into the waves, and us water fishers learning to fish again. All the things the old folk tell us about sleep after sleep. But enough of this yearning for old times. I've got the desert to cross and a caravan to prepare, if I'm not preparing it myself. 1 second, I'm checking if I have audio set up, because I got kind of worried. Doo-doo-doo, don't worry me. Okay, should be good. Nope. Nothing else over that way. That's kind of crazy. Load a jump. Oh, what was that? A double jump? Yeah, I need to try that double jump thing again, because that just kind of appeared when I was doing that. I didn't even realize that was... Yeah, that's kind of off. Do a little rest. God, yeah, imagine dropping off of that. Okay, it looked like we could still keep... Or maybe not. No. I thought that it looked like we could still keep going up that direction. Lynn's gone to the heights to ask to extend the site. With the boss gone, the wind's gone out of our sails when it comes to digging. It's not such a bad thing lifting boxes, crates, or barrels is my area of expertise, but shifting their old stones at the slightest pitch or roll, everyone's knees start quaking. Anyway, I was just getting used to the idea of working with archaeologists, making myself useful again. And already the work's dried up. I doubt it'll be start up again. I don't see how we can move forward. How about you? How are things in low tide? Is Dee Dee still refusing to go to school? My love, I'm so happy to hear from you. We miss you so much, Dee says. I'm homeschooling her and I'm very much out of my depth. Do you remember the names of all the regions of the tower? I don't even remember learning that. I gave Dee a homework assignment about the old altar to keep her busy for a while. She's supposed to copy the design. I ended up going with her. It's been ages since I had last ventured behind the village. I've forgotten how dark it is, but you know Dee, she's gutsy, and she's enjoying diving into the past, just like you. Speaking of which, have your archaeologists found out how tides work? They've been digging for a while now, get it? Do you know you'll be able to come back up here? Yeah, so this, like, obviously was an underwater city or something at one point. Something... Hold on, I'm trying to get... Game... Oh my god. Game bar. Settings. Put my achievements up, please. What are these things for? Are these just like... I don't know if they're like kind of meant to lead you to stuff like that collectible on the ground, maybe. But yeah, so this is like was a place that was flooded, quote unquote, at one point, and people lived in the mountains. Those are kind of cool. Yeah, the music's really cool. Like this, it kind of creeps in slowly. What is that guy? That's like a potato mouse. That is also a... Okay, I was like, that's a skull, but no, that's just carved rock. Hey Bianca, you must have cast off or who knows where. I went back to the postal relay. Still no water, surprise, surprise. Salui and Faz are still sorting through everything by hand, and I've gotten roped into helping with deliveries. Me on Pebbleback? You can imagine what a sight that is. Even I'm laughing at myself. Still, why not? It's a fresh start, and I quite like seeing the world as the mail comes in. Well, it would be nicer if this damn pebble would just change course when I ask it to, I'm telling you. It's stubborn, worse than old Yam. Honestly, though, what a nightmare. Anyway, I'm going to miss the tide at this rate. I left your mail by the door. So what's a pebble? Like something you obviously can ride on. Don't know if this is the way, but we're exploring, checking things out. Places are really detailed. I like it. So much like, I don't want to say garbage, but like clutter on the ground that makes it feel like it's this place was used at one point. Where are you taking me? Oh, it's just... Okay, so instead of the... Hey Bianca, how are things down there? I hear your boss sailed off into the horizon. Good riddance. I never liked him anyways. Things here at the hut are pretty quiet. Not many people stop by these days. A seasonal job when there are no more seasons. I'm starting to get bored. You can tell because I've started scratching letters. Tell me something to distract me, won't you? Oh, Emmy? E-M-E? Emmy? So glad to hear from you. Yeah, I'm about as useful as a buoy on dry land, but no surprises there. You've been gone for a while, so maybe you don't know, but everything here is closed, except for old Anio's shop. He's still raising his chocos? Bossa tried to convince him to leave with them. Remember Bossa, the little terror at the back of the classroom? They got caught in quite a gale. It was amazing. No one's dared try again since. Do you think they're going to keep you on if people stop coming by? You might be seeing more folks soon, though. I came across a classified ad. They're mounting an expedition to explore the crow's nest. I'd like that, but going off on an adventure with strangers? Ugh. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Heading for the clouds, huh? That sounds like quite something. I'll better stock the hold. I bet they'll come this way. You know what? You should join them. Come see me too. You don't have any excuses since you're out of a job. It would be a nice change from the few stray travelers that still come by. Hey, the other day another climber got stuck at Weeping Rock Pass. I had to go fetch them. If only you could have seen them. Stupid enough to eat hay, as they say around here. It's settled. I'll be seeing you. Oh, so this just looped. Okay. So where do... Hold up. I wonder if this is the tower that last note mentioned about naming the different parts of it, or if this is... It's so cool, the corals everywhere. Okay, you've led me to stuff before, little buddy. Nope. Okay. This seems... Yeah, as high up as this side goes. I'm finally leaving. I'm so happy I couldn't sleep a wink. At the old harbor master's office, a note caught my eye. It sounded like poetry. Expedition to the clouds, seeking hope and water. Join us at 12 octaves. Becca and Arlo's farm, Highfield to journey together. After spending so long marinating and trying to find meaning in life, it'll do me good to see the world, as Emmy would say. Hopefully, we'll be stopping by her hut. Just the thought of seeing her again is enough to tell me I'm making the right decision. With any luck, there'll be other adventurers leaving from low tide. I didn't want to make my way to the meeting point with the rest of the expedition all by myself. The only time I ever left here was for the harvest festivals when I was just a small fry, so an expedition like this is no small matter. They want to set sail for the clouds. Oh no, my parents, I forgot about them. What am I going to tell them? Hey folks, I'm off on an adventure, see you around, and only if I make it back alive? Of course, Bianca dear, don't forget to bring snacks. I better not say anything. I should bring snacks. What else do you people normally take on this type of trip? One thing's for sure, what's a journey without a logbook? I've got it covered. I plan to make like the expeditions that set off for the salt plain and search for springs. Going to scatter my journal entries along the way for anyone who might come after us, starting with this message. Farewell, my lighthouse. You've welcomed me with wonder and have kept me company as I've pondered too much. You've always been there for me. I'm leaving you to the weave beaks? We'll watch over you from the sky and watch over this message. What the hell is a weave beak? Oh, so there's really nothing over here. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. That didn't feel good. Whew. Dang, dude. I guess we'll put one of the things there so we kinda... Because yeah, we can do these jumps just fine. Don't know if that was the way to do it, but... I asked Mo for help, but it's no use. The door won't budge. There's no way of knowing how its inner mechanisms work. Does it have anything to do with the Lost Ocean? Mo isn't much of a handyman either, but we'd think would have been able to figure it out between the two of us. He had to anchor a date, he said. It's true he did seem rather dressed up to tinker around, rather perfumed too. None of this answers my questions. I've explored you from deck to hold, and I'm no further along than when I started. I still don't know what you could have been used for. My lighthouse. Your painting seemed to allude to water falling from the sky, but that's pretty vague. Now what am I supposed to do? So someone bound this, or was living here, realized there is something more to it at one point in time. So what happens if I didn't find that shell? Because that was optional, wasn't it? And what's that? Oh, it's... What the hell is that? He's a little jelly. Little jelly guy. Little jelly. Love him. Oh, his markings light up with that? And the door closed behind me. I'm gonna die up here. Huh. Okay, well. I love him so much. Oh, hug the ballast. Adventure buddies, 20 points. Just kind of toss him up a couple times. Oh no, there's different things. Is it just depending on what shoulder he's on? No, no, that's different too. Huh. Okay. Oh. that was close. I don't need to worry about balling. I'm built different. Ooh. Echo from the past. Activate a fresco. So what's the point of that little backtrack moment? This isn't the best. The controller I'm using, the left trigger gets kind of stuck, so it's kind of messing up with my like releases and stuff, but another one of these. Make it, come on. There we go. Oh. Another shell. So this used to be like a pub or a bar, someplace like that. Okay, so that's like a little... If I do need to go back, that's the way to get back here. I got it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to... Controls. My left one's just getting stuck too much. Oh, that is where I'm supposed to go. Ooh, okay, that's a little... Plan out a little bit there. Thanks, little green mushies. Moving sail, carabiners, fish hooks, sound shells to give away for swapper provisions, repairs and mending, nets, harnesses, bubble stitch, sand stitch, any type of knitting, ask for any O. Lost, medallion, shiny and round, it's not valuable, but I'm sad it's gone, reward, cake. Job, wanted, housework and pebble sitting, choco sitting, and babysitting. Accepting all vertical work, renovating, decorating, drywalling. Volunteers wanted for expedition to the clouds, seeking hope and water, join us at 12 octaves. Okay, so that's the person in the lighthouse before they saw that they were looking for people, so that must have been that note. Yeah, this is like the most sort of... Auntie Ida, you have to talk to them. I want to go on an expedition to the desert too. Everyone always says I'm too young. I don't care. Nil's going and he's only a bit bigger than me. Plus he's mean. I have to stay at the port gathering stinky old seaweed and doing my homework. I bet cleaning the canals with you would be more fun. I want to see what else is out there. But my parents never want to let me leave the village. Can you talk to them? Oh, believe me, sweetie, you wouldn't have much fun scrapping the pipes of the Great Basin, that's for sure. You won't like what I'm about to say, but be patient. You have plenty of time to grow up. We'll be sailing off to the plains soon enough. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, though, but we have no choice but to go with your parents. So best not to quarrel with them in the meantime. I don't fancy crossing the plain with the 3 scowling faces. So if this was like water and people had boats, obviously they have boats, we're passing them. What about people on the lower? Like, was the water further out? But they're just gonna wash again, so I don't know how... I have questions. I have questions. Where does this go? That's where I was earlier, okay. 20 points back in motion. Turn and alter. What does that do for me? Oh, I was about to say, I just like do some time travel stuff? No. Okay, that's the way we came. You lead me to collectibles sometimes? Where are you going? Does this go any more up? No. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. We're good. We Gucci. Oh. Oh. That doesn't come down to help me, though. Dearest Met, you'll probably laugh at what I'm about to say, but I wish I were a Choco. Nothing to do but be round, fluffy, and cute. The whole sleep long, no job, and no existential crisis about the future. It'd be more relaxing than going door to door, but someone has to bring the old folks water, and I never would have believed it, but I've grown fond of them. Remember old Coco? She made me listen to and dust off her shell collection. She's as deaf as a post, so someone should listen to them once in a while, she said. One of the shells almost crumbled to dust. They'll miss the ocean just like we do. Are things any better with your family? Or are they still upset? No need to tell me if it's too difficult to talk about. I may not be there to support you, but I'm sending waves your way. I admire you. I definitely wouldn't have the patience. Things with my parents are still choppy. They let the ocean disappear, but they don't want to understand what happened. We're not responsible, they always say. They've left for the Cauldron Oasis. They'd requested the furnaces so they could join some friends of theirs, but spots are hard to come by. At least they have calmed down for me since they left. I feel as light as could be. Maybe I should go on a trip too. So her parents made the ocean disappear? What is that about? I have questions. I have more questions. Okay. We shuffle. We shuffle. Another logbook from the person who went on the journey. Usually just getting to low tide for my old lighthouse is an expedition for me. It's hard to believe that this time the adventure was just getting started. At the meeting point, I found myself waiting with Met, a young woman from these parts. Well, younger than me anyway. Her parents have already left, but like other old people our age, she wanted to stay. They made ripples with the older generation. Leaving the family nest is no easy thing. I don't know Met well, but we already have something in common. The widening gap between us and our parents. She seemed relieved to see me for once. I was lost for words, smiling awkwardly and so red from the exertion of getting there with my pack all undone and my hair sticking up every which way. Probably. Nice one, Bianca. Not socially awkward at all, but I was just as relieved as she was to know I wouldn't be setting sail alone. To my surprise, Old Soul joined us too. I don't think we'd exchanged a single word before now. Will an old schooner like him be able to keep up? Ever since I was little, Soul's always been the old hermit who lives up high. He used to scare me. He would come down to the port sometimes like a spider sliding down a silk thread. The other kids and I would have fun running away, screaming at the sight of him. Even now my knees started quaking as I saw him lumbering towards me. We set off as a group of three since no one else came to join our crew. I soon realized I'd been worried for nothing. Soul leads the way, an odd figure with nimble feet who climbs the cliffs with amazing ease. Met falls behind, brimming with energy. Suddenly I feel like the old one. So 3 people went on their journey. Met, Soul, and Bianca. Still can't reach that thing. So we will go up. Perfect. Is this? No, that was not where I was before. Yeah, I'm intrigued. There's obviously a ton of questions I have, but like the world they have built is super unique and interesting. I'm down for it. I sense like I'm missing stuff though, like I've missed entire sections of something along the lines. Open that. So this is like, gives off the vibe of like an old mining town or something. Okay, sorry, I thought I could just jump over there. Pardon me, but I've noticed I've stopped receiving my newspaper. Is there anything I should do? Could this be an oversight on your part? Well, about it, I should mention that I really enjoyed your article on the Choco Show. Soul. As you know, there isn't enough water left for the postal relays to function and too few pebbles available to deliver the paper in good conditions. Because of this, the voice of the Ravines team has decided to cease publication. Although our desire to inform our readers is stronger than ever, we haven't yet decided what form our daily paper will take in light of this new situation. Thanks for your feedback on the show. I've always enjoyed covering that event. Let's hope we get an opportunity to discuss it again one day. When there's no water, everything seems so fragile, doesn't it? Okay, so this is Soul's house. Soul wondering where his paper is, at least. It's got like a sort of ghostly green hue to it. Not like off-putting, but sort of an eerie vibe here. We need a name for little buddy. Like, Ballast isn't a good name. Sorry. Why isn't that opening up? know if I should have broke that. This looks like... Oh, no, another one of these. So that's a four-legged whale. I really like the different areas. Like, this is the very dramatic shift in color and tone. That's super awesome to see. Like, we're on this beachy sort of coastal thing, and now we're in a seemingly dry desert something. Super dark yellows and reds. Leaped it. Pretty. I've never seen so many people coming down from the heights, and some are stopping in low tide. Maybe my situation's not as hopeless after all. The ocean provides for a patient's heart, as my mother used to say. Maybe I'll finally manage to meet someone. It's been slim pickings here. Apart from old Yom, maybe. He makes my heart flip with his dimples, calloused hands, and that plaid shirt he always wears. Yom? The baker? I hope you're joking. I can never tell when you're pulling my leg. Anyway, I'm leaving for Tower 2. Sorry, Bassa. I don't know how else to tell you. I wish we could clip our carabiners together like we used to before running around on the old pier. I wish I could convince you to come with me, but that's how it is. I'm crewing up for the neighboring village. They found me a spot on one of their pebbles. We'll see each other again somewhere down the plain, won't we? Don't be angry with me. I'll miss your letters. So yeah, still, what are pebbles? How are we piloting, driving pebbles? Yeah, no, it's sound like a traditional 2D platformer. They just rotate at 90 degrees and you're advancing vertically instead of side to side like you're used to. Chapter 3, Solstice. This is an adventure, alright? I mean, fine, we're only just getting started. We still haven't strayed off the beaten path, but for me, this is huge. I can't wipe the smile off my face. I think I needed this. To feel the rocks under my hands, to experience something out of the ordinary, to move. I'm getting to know my companions better, though our chit-chat mainly revolves around which route to take to join the expedition. Met and Sol are already getting along like a house on fire. They can probably hear us laughing all the way down on the salt plain. By embarking on this journey, Sol wanted to try to return to the world of yesterday, and Met wants to save the world of tomorrow. As for me, if I could just make it to the meeting point alive, I'll be happy. I never dared leave home before now, well, leave for real, without my parents, but I dreamed about it. Having incredible adventures, finding a new port to call home. Anywhere but low tide, really. I never really felt like I belonged there. Maybe I didn't try hard enough. I spent too much time dreaming of far-off places. But what is there for me back in low tides? Apart from empty houses and questions without answers, it was high time to give something else a try. For me and Met, climbing is usually something we do when we have no other choice. To say we hesitate each time we have to launch ourselves into the open air with only our rope securing us is an understatement. where we encourage and belay each other. For Soul, it's a different story. He sets the route with incredible ease. He tells us about how he used to climb as a kid to gather seaweed with his parents. That was before the Jusant. Another era. Since then, he's seen the drought slowly transform the tower into a desert. Soul reminds me of the sailors from the stories you sometimes hear. The ones who can't get used to the inertia of the tower after spending their entire lives on the waves. Soul himself is definitely ungainly when it comes to walking, which terrified us as kids, but when he climbs, he's as nimble as the sour I tried to carve. So Jusant happened. This was an event that seemingly removed all the water and decimated this rock that everyone was living on. Stack our rocks. Before we slide down, make sure we check all of this stuff. I mean, that looks like something would be over there, right? But not according to him. But I don't know if that just, if he just notices like the altars or whatever that was being activated. I'm gonna say, can we see the initial, that lighthouse we were on? No. Burbs. So let's get to our next little village or something. I'll probably call it good for there. That'll be chapters 1, 2, and part of 3 done. Is there something up here? No. Sorry, kid, you just shattered your ankles because of me. Huh. So the heat actually does affect your climbing. That's... I mean, that's expected, but for them to actually go through with it, that's cool. Another little mechanic to sort of manage. Oh, and these disappear after time. So yeah, not only your resources, but sort of like everything you rely on to keep going. All are affected at that point. Okay, yeah, this looks like we'll end off. Let's look around, get some more little information tidbits. We did it. I'm completely wrong out, but we made it in time to join the expedition. There weren't many of us there, barely a handful. I felt so far from home, but the tone was more encouraging than mocking. My efforts have been acknowledged and appreciated. I was too out of breath to reply, but a new emotion rose up inside of me. I was proud to have made it this far. Still doubled over from exertion, I looked around at the others. Everyone there had left everything behind to be there. They had a fire in their eyes, a desire to change things, and I was a part of it. That's all it took to fill me with fresh energy. Arlo and Becca welcomed us to their sun-scorched farm with open arms. They were emotional and the mood was solemn. They're the last farmers left in these parts, and they're the only ones who put together this expedition. They spent their entire lives trying and failing to fight the drought. Nothing grows on the cliffs anymore, in their own funny-sounding words, not one measly plant grows on these here fields no more. I hope I'm not reproducing the Highfield dialect too badly. Then Becca told us about their wild scheme, setting off for the clouds to find water in the sky. At her words, a murmur arose from the group. There was talk of how feasible the plan was, how best to go about it, which routes to take, and which sections to avoid. Arlo and Becca wanted to find ballasts, as they're called. Lower down, enormous creatures made of water that are said to live in the clouds. Ballasts only exist in sleep stories for children. Well, that's what I always thought before embarking on this adventure. They're Arlo and Becca's last hope, and I'm starting to believe in them too. We may have a chance to save the tower. So this little guy is made of water. He's not a jelly, he is just water. Something they were trying to find. Double jump it. You make it. Ooh. It's a little... I don't know what the rocks are for, but they're definitely... Run! Seems to be out here. Scare more than 10 chocos back to their burrow. So yeah, nothing in here then? Huh. Or is it? That goes down more. Yeah. Closed permanently or until the sun decides to move again. Nothing else of note here, though? I'm trying to, like, tilt my head like I can see around the corners and stuff. Again, yeah, the way the music kicks in, like, that's solid. So yeah, they use the shells to sort of call the rain then? I have to remember to use him before I get the next collectible, so I know what he actually does. Okay, so blues for shells. Yeah, they used to have like aqueducts and stuff. Those things on the wall, in the top left there, almost look like squid drawings. Or like some type of fish. Something kids might have like seen in books. That they were... And these are like public baths. It's got the tiling work on the bottom. Huh. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be it. I said we were gonna stop a while ago, but there's a lot that I want to know. Like, I'm very intrigued by what's happening here and the backstory behind everything. Super fun game. I mean, I don't want to say super fun, but it's super intriguing. It leaves you enough pieces and breadcrumbs you along to keep you interested. We will... excuse me. I'm going to call it there, though. Hour and a half. We got through 2.5 chapters, roughly, I would guess. I don't know how long Chapter 3 is, but super awesome. Jusant, it's on Game Pass. Check it out. We'll definitely be finishing this week. This is nice, calm little thing after finishing Silent Hill this week and being a scared little baby. But till next time, thanks for joining. This was part 1 of Jusant.